What if your dreams weren't just figments of imagination, but encrypted transmissions from another version of you? What if, every time you close your eyes, you're not escaping reality, but entering another one? Welcome to the realm of neural stargates, a place where science whispers into the ear of mysticism. And dreams are no longer passive illusions, but active gateways to parallel dimensions. You've had them before. Dreams that felt more real than waking life. The faces you've never met, but somehow know. Places you've never visited, but remember vividly. Have you ever awakened with the sense that something important happened, but it slipped through your fingers like sand? In today's journey, we're not just exploring dreams, we're decoding them. This is not about dream interpretation in the psychological sense. No symbols of snakes or falling teeth. This is a deeper dive into the sacred technologies embedded in your own consciousness. We'll explore the ancient view of the dream world as a living mirror of other realms, long before Freud tried to cage it in theory. You'll discover how ancient mystics, shamans, and philosophers saw dreams not as illusions, but as messages from parallel existences. We'll peer into how modern neuroscience might be accidentally confirming what the ancients always knew, that your brain may be acting as a quantum receiver, tuned to the frequency of other worlds. We'll walk through how you can train yourself to not just remember, but navigate your dreams with tools and techniques used by dreamwalkers, oracles, and lucid seers. And yes, we'll teach you how to build a dream journal that doesn't just record your dreams, but maps the corridors of your consciousness. Because in the end, dreams may not be mere fantasies, they may be your soul's way home. Stay with me. What you're about to hear may not only shift the way you sleep, but the way you awaken. Long before the modern world dismissed dreams as chemical byproducts of a resting brain, the ancients revered them as sacred messages, cosmic telegrams from realms unseen. The ancient Egyptians believed dreams were divine oracles. They even had dream temples, sacred sites where seekers slept in hopes of receiving visions from the gods. The Greek philosopher Heraclitus wrote, "Man is most nearly himself when he achieves the seriousness of a child at play, in dreams." And the great mystic Pythagoras, he trained his students to remember their dreams before they could even begin learning his teachings, believing that dreams were reflections of the soul's journey beyond the body. In the Vedic traditions of India, dreaming was understood as part of a multi-layered consciousness, a tiered reality. The Mandukya Upanishad, one of the most esoteric spiritual texts, outlines 4 states of consciousness: waking, dreaming, deep sleep, and turiya, the transcendental awareness that threads them all. The dream world was not beneath waking life. It was beside it, parallel, coexisting. Across the ocean, Native American shamans practiced dreamwalking, traveling through dream realms to communicate with spirits, ancestors, and even influence the waking world. They didn't analyze dreams, they traveled through them. For them, dreams were living landscapes, not mental static. Why, then, has this sacred view been lost? As materialism took root in the West, especially during the Enlightenment, dreams were corralled into psychology, stripped of their spiritual essence. Freud called dreams the royal road to the unconscious, yet even he confined them within the cage of repressed desires. Jung came closer. His concept of the collective unconscious hinted at a deeper network, but even that remained a mental map, not a mystical one. And so, we forgot, or perhaps we were made to forget. Because what if the truth is too vast, too liberating, too dangerous? If dreams are portals, neural stargates, then you are not just a citizen of Earth. You are a multi-dimensional traveler, a dreamer walking between realities. Philosophically, this calls everything into question. What is real? If a dream feels as vivid, as emotionally powerful, and as instructive as waking life, can it be considered less true? The philosopher Descartes questioned the difference between dream and reality centuries ago. The Buddhists went even further, calling all of life a dream, Maya, the illusion. Could it be that the dream state is not less real, but more real? A realm uncluttered by the filters of ego, time, or logic. And here's where it gets stranger still. Some ancient traditions held that the soul leaves the body during sleep and travels to other realms. What if this isn't metaphorical? What if the you that dreams is the true you, slipping into other frequencies, other timelines, while your physical form rests? And what if some dreams aren't yours at all? What if, in sleep, your consciousness tunes in to another you, from another world, a version who made a different choice, took a different path, lived a different life? This is not just mysticism anymore. It's beginning to echo theories in quantum physics, like the multiverse and parallel timelines. And the bridge? Your mind. The dream world isn't just fantasy. It's the secret archive of all that you are, were, and could be. So, how do we begin to unlock it? Let's go deeper. Close your eyes. Imagine your mind not as a brain locked in a skull, but as a receiver, a complex antenna, humming with silent frequencies. Each night, as your conscious mind surrenders, this antenna retunes, shifting from the narrow bandwidth of waking reality into a vast spectrum of hidden worlds. This is the neural Stargate, and you are the traveler. Science tells us that during REM sleep, the deepest stage of dreaming, the brain's activity resembles that of waking life. Yet curiously, the prefrontal cortex, the seat of logic and critical thinking, dims, while the limbic system, tied to emotion and intuition, flares to life. This neurological shift allows imagination to take the wheel, but what if it also unlocks the gates to other realms? Not a breakdown of order, but a deliberate shift in perception. The ancient mystics weren't hallucinating, they were navigating. Neuroscientist Dr. Patrick McNamara calls dreams a playground for the soul, while quantum physicists now suggest that consciousness may not be a product of the brain at all, but a field we tune into, like a cosmic internet. Could dreams be downloads from this universal consciousness? Could every dream be a message, a memory, or even a mission? Let's use an analogy. Imagine reality as a radio dial. When you're awake, you're tuned to one station. Call it 101.1 FM, Earth Life. But when you sleep, your tuner slips, maybe to 95.9, a world where your childhood friend never moved away, or 88.7, a city that only exists in dreams, but feels hauntingly familiar. These aren't fantasies. They may be echoes from parallel versions of you. Other timelines where choices branched like rivers, and you are the dreamer, glimpsing the lives you never lived. Ever had a dream where you knew things without learning them, or woke with a solution to a problem that baffled you the day before? That's not coincidence. That's cognitive leakage from another stream of self-awareness. Even dreams that seem nonsensical may be encoded, symbolic, like encrypted files needing the right decryption key. Your attention, your intuition, your curiosity. This is where the art of lucid dreaming begins. Lucid dreaming is the conscious realization that you're dreaming within the dream itself. But it's more than a parlor trick or escape from nightmares. It's an awakening inside the matrix, It's stepping through the neural stargate with eyes wide open. In these lucid states, many dreamers report not only controlling their environment, but encountering entities, guides, watchers, or even shadowy figures. Are these just projections, or interdimensional intelligence? Ancient Sufi mystics referred to these as malaika, light beings who appear only when the soul is in between states. The Tibetans called them tulpas, manifestations of consciousness with lives of their own. And then there are the dreamscapes, the architectures of your inner universe. Why do so many people report recurring locations they've never visited in waking life? The spiral staircase, the infinite hallway, the luminous city by the sea. These may be more than metaphors. They may be stable coordinates, consistent locations in the dream dimension you return to again and again. And this brings us to a provocative idea. What if your dreams aren't generated by your brain at all, but accessed? Much like tuning into a television broadcast doesn't create the show, it simply receives it. Your dreaming mind may be dipping into alternate timelines, different dimensions, or collective memories. The neural stargate isn't fantasy. It's a metaphor for a deeper truth, that inside your mind lies a map, an atlas of realities not bound by physics or time. And each night, your soul walks its corridors. But like any map, it's useless without a way to read it. In the next section, we'll journey deeper into the symbols, the paradoxes, the forgotten doorways inside your dreams. And we'll confront the greatest question of all. If you can dream another life, what happens when that dream starts dreaming you? Imagine standing in front of a mirror, but instead of your reflection, you see another you, a different face, different clothes, perhaps even a different species, yet unmistakably you. This is not fantasy. This is the paradox many lucid dreamers and esoteric initiates report, encountering versions of themselves that exist beyond time, space, or identity. This is where the dream world stops being symbolic and becomes experiential. Now, let us go deeper, because the nature of dreams, as neural stargates, challenges one of the greatest illusions, the singular self. In ancient Hermetic philosophy, the adage "as above, so below" hints that the human being is a microcosm of the multiverse. If the cosmos holds infinite galaxies, what makes you believe your consciousness is limited to a single timeline? Within certain esoteric schools, such as the Kabbalistic Tree of Life or Tibetan Dzogchen, it is said that human consciousness branches like a divine fractal across dimensions. Each dream is a breadcrumb, a whisper from another branch, a different you. But here's the riddle. If these other selves exist, then who is the real you? Dreams destabilize identity, and in doing so, they free you. This is why many ancient cultures treated dreams with reverence and fear, because not all dreams are benign. Some are warnings, some are echoes from timelines that fell into chaos, darkness, or regret. Ever had a nightmare that felt like a memory? That wasn't a dream, it was a transmission. Let's now explore a more advanced layer, the dream matrix. The dream matrix is the web that connects all dreamers across time and space, a sort of astral internet. Carl Jung scratched the surface with his idea of the collective unconscious, but indigenous traditions have long taught that dreamers share realms. This explains why people across the globe can experience similar dream motifs: spiral staircases, floating cities, shadow beings, or glowing portals. In this matrix, your dream is not a private film reel. It's an intersection. You may pass others. You may collide with energies not born of your own psyche. Some of these energies are benign, others are parasitic. Ancient dream shamans warned of energetic hitchhikers, beings that drift through the dreamscape, feeding on attention, fear, or desire. They cloak themselves in familiar forms, loved ones, romantic partners, mentors. But the test is always energetic. Do you feel empowered or drained after encountering them? This brings us to a critical truth. Not all dreams are yours. Some are injected. In mystery schools, adepts are taught about the artificial dream fields, false realities inserted to divert, distract, or harvest energy. This may sound like science fiction, but even mainstream psychology now entertains the idea that memories can be implanted, especially in liminal states like hypnagogia and REM sleep. So how do you protect yourself? Discernment, ritual, and awareness. You must approach dreams not as idle fantasies, but sacred terrain. Train yourself to ask questions within the dream. Test the laws of physics. Look at your hands. Ask the dream what it wants to teach. This lucidity transforms the dreamer into the seer. And here's a twist many overlook. Sometimes the you in the dream is not the observer, but the observed. You may be watching a parallel self who is fully aware of your existence. In one striking account from a seasoned lucid dreamer, they encountered another version of themselves who said, "I dream of you too." That statement shatters the boundary, because it suggests that these dream selves are not mere echoes, but autonomous. They are aware. They look back. So, what does this mean? That your dreams are dialogues. They are not solitary wanderings, but conversations with the infinite versions of you. Some may be wise, some may be wounded, but all are pieces of the great puzzle of your soul. And when you begin to track these pieces, night after night, you begin to see the pattern, the message, the map. In the next section, I will guide you through a practical technique that ancient initiates and modern seekers alike have used. Dream journaling as a multidimensional decoding ritual. This is not just about writing dreams down. It is about constructing your own Stargate map, one that reveals the architecture of your soul's journey across parallel timelines. It's time to stop forgetting. It's time to remember. Now that you understand dreams as neural stargates, gateways into alternate timelines and layered selves, you must learn to navigate them. And the key to navigation is memory. The greatest tragedy of dreaming is not the chaos, it's the forgetting. We wake with a whisper, a flicker, a half-remembered feeling, and then it fades. But what if I told you that the act of remembering is not passive, but a ritual? That recording your dreams is not merely journaling, but interdimensional cartography. Let me introduce you to dream journaling as Stargate mapping. This is not your typical Dear Diary exercise. This is sacred work. You are not writing stories. You are decoding transmissions. Step 1. The ritual of waking. The moment you wake, before checking your phone, before speaking, even before moving too much, close your eyes again. Remain still. Let the dream return. Ask, where was I? What was I doing? Who else was there? Do not chase the memory. Receive it. Now, open your journal. This should be a physical book, not a digital screen. Treat it like an artifact, a grimoire of hidden worlds. Step 2. Title and timestamp. Always title your dream, even if it feels abstract. Titles give your dream an anchor in your mind. Date each entry. Over time, you'll begin to see patterns and cycles. Dreams that repeat around moon phases, anniversaries, or astrological alignments. Step 3. Emotion over detail. Don't stress about remembering every detail. What matters most is the feeling. Was the dream charged with fear, awe, longing, excitement? These emotional tones are often the truest guide to which version of reality you tapped into. Note any colors, symbols, or recurring motifs. Was there water, a door, a figure in white? These elements act like coordinates, clues to a realm's nature. Step 4. Cross-referencing dimensions. After a week or two, begin looking back through your entries. Highlight recurring places, people, and themes. Ask, why does this city appear again and again? Who is this child who knows my name? Sometimes, your dream characters are not strangers. They are dream selves from other timelines. You may even begin to recognize consistent worlds, places you return to over and over. Mark these, name them. These are your anchor points in the dream matrix. Step 5. Set an intention. Before sleep, speak your intention aloud. Not a demand, but an invitation. For example, tonight, I remember my other self. I open the Stargate to the City of Light. I meet the guide who walks between worlds. Your intention is like a tuning fork. It shifts your frequency to match the realm you seek. Bonus practice. Dream sigils. Ancient mystics and modern occultists alike use symbols as dream keys. Create a dream sigil, a simple glyph that represents your dream goal. Draw it beside your bed. Meditate on it for 30 seconds before sleep. Over time, this symbol becomes a trigger for lucidity. Overcoming obstacles. Yes, you will have nights of blank memory. That's normal. Yes, you may question whether it's real or just fantasy. That's the ego protecting itself from the unknown. But stay with the practice. The more you commit to decoding your dreams, the clearer the transmissions become. Your mind, once dulled by waking logic, begins to recognize the subtle language of symbols, feelings, and shifts in perspective. And here's the transformation. As your dream world becomes clearer, so does your waking life. You'll start to see symbols in your day. You'll sense choices splitting into parallel paths. You'll begin to dream while awake, seeing the interdimensional fabric behind ordinary moments. Because the Stargate isn't just in your sleep, it's within you, always. All you must do is remember how to open it. What if your dreams were never dreams at all? What if, every night, as your body slips into rest, your soul steps across thresholds older than time, whispers through dimensions, and remembers what this world has taught you to forget? That you are not bound by one life, one self, one reality. You are a traveler, a dreamer, a fractal of consciousness scattered across stars, timelines, and frequencies. Each dream a key, a map, a message from the infinite versions of you. The neural Stargate is not science fiction. It's inner science. It's what mystics knew and physicists are only beginning to suspect, that consciousness is not local, that reality is fluid, that memory is a veil. And when you honor your dreams, not as hallucinations but as transmissions, you reclaim your role as an explorer of the unseen. Tonight, when you close your eyes, know this: you are not falling asleep. You are entering the hidden corridors of the cosmos, a realm where thought shapes matter and intention opens doors. So ask the question, set the intention, keep the journal, and when the dream begins, walk through it with wonder, not fear, because on the other side of that Stargate, you may meet yourself, the one who chose differently, the one who healed what you haven't yet, the one who remembers everything. And perhaps they've been waiting for you all along. If this journey resonated with you, share your most powerful dream in the comments. Let's build a library of dream worlds together, one memory at a time. And if you're ready to explore even deeper realms, subscribe, because the veil is thin and the real voyage has only just begun. Until next time, dream boldly and never wake up empty.